So the coronavirus pandemic now, it's been a lot, right? It's a lot of stuff have been going on. We've been hearing a lot of things. But just a disclaimer, this video is not about, what the virus is or about the panic or what my opinion is on what's going on out there. This is more just about me sharing how this has affected my life as a fourth year medical student. So as a fourth year medical student, this is the time, especially now, right, where we're about to have this break. And, this pandemic now, it's affecting a lot of things. We just heard about, things like the NBA and all that kind of stuff, which I'll talk about, how things are closing down, really. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about how this has affected my life. Again, this is nothing about what the virus is or anything like that. I'm not an expert. And so I'm going to leave it to the experts. If you need, expertise, go to the CDC website and then make sure you read all the things that you need to, know about taking a precaution about this virus. But again, I'm not an expert, so I'm not going to contribute to that. I've realized since this outbreak, a lot of people now are acting like experts, and so I'm not going to add into that. I'm a fourth year medical student. Just like you guys, I'm trying to educate myself about what's going on. But at the same time, I'm not going to stay out here and say I know everything about it. But I've been trying to read papers and making sure that I have the right sources to know exactly what's going on and, protect myself, my family, and everything. So one thing that this has affected as a fourth year medical student is my match day. So match day is this event usually for fourth year medical students who are matching for the residency. And usually this is like a time where a lot of schools and programs would put out, this celebration where you would come to this event and you would celebrate with your family and friends and then your professors and your mentors, and pretty much you come and you open your envelope to find out where you're going to go for your residency, and usually for my school, we go to the stage and we would kind of announce where we're going, what we are matching into. Usually people would say these different speeches and then talking about how thankful they are for their families and all that amazing stuff. It's an amazing event. So actually, this is something that I was looking forward to a lot, actually, just because for me, I actually started watching these match videos since I was in undergrad as a pre-med. I used to study for the MCAT, right? And during my breaks, sometimes to just keep myself motivated, I would go on YouTube and watch match videos. And I would see different people and sharing their different stories and stuff like that. And that would just keep me motivated. And so, when this day was approaching, I was reflecting back and saying, man, I'm super excited about this. I'm super excited about, making my speech and thanking the people that have helped me through this journey. But, that's not really going to happen. Schools have actually decided to make their match day like private and small, just because a lot of schools are not going to allow more than I think 100 people or a certain amount of people to not be in the same place. And so we're just going to have a little private match day for just the students, the fourth years, and maybe a live stream. The details are being sorted out. But this one thing that's kind of been disappointing, but hey, if we're trying to avoid, spreading this thing, I guess by any means necessary, it's a small sacrifice for the public. Another thing that's been affecting this is, for me, actually, I was planning all my traveling and everything that I wanted to do. This medical student residency doctor journey, you don't really get this much time off for a long time, and probably this time is like one of those times where a lot of people try to capitalize on traveling and then do different stuff, and so this has kind of disappointed a lot of people. I mean, now you can't travel to Europe and stuff like that. For me personally, I was planning my wedding ceremony that was gonna be in Bali, Indonesia, and I was super pumped for it because I was gonna do the wedding and then do a little bit of a honeymoon there, and then I wanted to travel somewhere else after that, maybe Europe or South Africa, and do some other stuff. But just because of the concerns of the virus, and then the fact that my own guests, some of them, their flights are being canceled, some of them weren't comfortable to travel. The fact that there's people who are pregnant, people who have kids and stuff like that, who might not be able to make it to that special day for me and my wife, we decided to postpone the wedding. So that's been very, very disappointing. I was looking forward to this day for over a year or two now, but again, it's nothing that I can do to control these things, and so it's just been it is what it is. Another thing that's been affecting personally, I would say all the sports events. I don't know, for some of you who know me, I'm a big sports person. I love basketball, I love soccer, I love football. I mean, I grew up playing all sports. So it's been disappointing to see that the NBA season is done. I was looking forward to just seeing how the finals is going to be this year. So many great teams, the new Lakers team, the new Clippers team. This March Madness is like right here, which is also going to be canceled probably. So, a lot of stuff going on. But, outside of that, I wanted to talk about what I actually learned around this season. I think number one thing that I learned right now is, actually this is one of the quotes that I just posted not long ago on my Instagram page. And he was talking about how, we can't wait until a certain season in life to do certain things, right? So this really reminded me of that. This kind of told me, hey, I can't just wait until that window in the fourth year to maybe travel or to do certain things that I enjoy to do, just because I was so busy the last 4 years. This kind of makes me realize whenever you have a window of opportunity to do stuff, man, do it. Just do it, right? Lesson number 2, how much we take certain things for granted. Especially when it comes to medicine, sometimes when people are encouraged to, for example, take the flu shot or something like that, we take those things for granted just because sometimes it's not affecting us. Another lesson that I learned through this time is how easily, I guess, and how vulnerable we all are. If you think about it, right, like such a tiny little virus can affect such a big population. That just, I don't know, that kind of really just made me sit back and reflect a little bit more about how connected we are. And I don't know if this means that maybe I should be more thoughtful about other people, or I should be more concerned about other people. Maybe my energy actually affects that next person. I think it's so important during this time of all these things going on to kind of sit back and realize and try to see what we can learn from here. Please leave your comments and just let me know how this has affected you. I really loved seeing Mark Cuban talking about how this is affecting a lot of people. Some people, work in the stadiums where these games are canceled, right? Some people work for the airlines, or some people work for different things that are going to be canceled. It's going to actually affect people's lives. And so I think we should keep those people in our prayers and our thoughts. And remember, as I always say, it's not just about us. It's about a team. And when I say that, I mean we have a chance to impact other people's lives, whatever possible. And so as we go out there, just keep that mindset of put me in, coach. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.